Hello, so I'm going to be showing you how to create a video walkthrough in Enscape. So the first thing you need to do is open up your model. Here I have a completed model. This model already includes the Enscape materials applied to the glass, mirrors, and then the appropriate lighting inside to create a bright open space for rendering. So the first step is opening up your toolbars. So we're going to go to View, Toolbars, and make sure that your Enscape and your Enscape capturing toolbars are checked, and then click Close. So mine are set up here on the top. You can lock them in wherever it is easier for you. The first step is pressing this Start Enscape button here, and then this is just going to open up the program. So this will take a few minutes usually, so I'm just going to give it a second here. Alright, so now the Enscape has fully loaded. Here you can see the model in a little bit more of a clearer image here. So we need to open the video editor. So I'm going to go to the toolbar up here and press Video Editor. And then this is going to make this little toolbar show up at the bottom here with just some different elements that we are going to use throughout this video creation process. So the first thing I'm going to do is navigate to where I would like the video to start. I am going to do just a short video of the living spaces within this home. So I'm just going to navigate here to the foyer, so right through this door. And now that I'm inside the house, I'm going to move the camera around so it seems like it's about human eye level to create just kind of like a walkthrough feeling within this home. So if we look at the bottom here, we have Add Keyframe. This is pretty much just going to be where we're placing the camera and like the specific locations that we would like to display and show in the video. And then you can remove and delete some of those keyframes throughout the process. You can preview the video at any point to just kind of see what it looks like and see what alterations need to be made. Over here we have the total duration where you can see how long the video is and how fast you are going in and out of the next keyframe. Down here I have easing in and out on because that creates just a smoother transition, and then the movement over here for the shaky camera I have off because I don't think that effect is necessary for this particular video. So I'm going to start my video right here, and I think that this is about eye level, so I'm just going to add keyframe. And then I'm going to zoom to where I would like the next keyframe to be. I'm just going to move forward a little bit and maybe adjust the camera to make sure that it's still at that human eye level. I'm going to add another keyframe, and then I'm going to navigate over to the kitchen area so that we can see a little bit of this kitchen in the video, and I'm going to add another keyframe there. And then I'm going to navigate all the way over to the living area and add another keyframe. I'm going to take a look at the video this as far as it is right now by clicking Preview. And overall it looks like the video is going way too quick. So we are going to slow that down a little bit. That is going to be done by pressing on these little keyframe editors. This kind of brings open to where that view is. If you would like to adjust things, then you can go ahead and switch things around. So this keyframe I'm happy with, so I'm going to move to the next one. And now this one I think was going a little too fast, so I'm going to move over to this little time duration spot, and I'm going to move it to about 6.5. And then I'm going to apply that and move to the next keyframe. And that last keyframe ended at 6.5, and I would like this one to be at about 12 probably. Then I'm going to go to the next one, and this one was also too quick, so I'm going to move the time to be just a little bit longer. And after you make a change in this keyframe editor, don't forget to press the Apply button. And then I'm going to click back and go to Preview. And this seems quite a bit better, kind of just easing into the home rather than feeling like a sprint. This looks pretty nice, I think. Just kind of slowly showing what this home looks like and just kind of where the eye might wander when entering in. So this looks pretty good so far. And if you would like, you can create a pretty long video, or you can just do a short one. For the purpose of this how-to video, I'm going to make it pretty short so that the time doesn't run too long, but maybe I'll add in another location. So maybe we want to go down this hallway, and then I'm just going to navigate to this next spot. And maybe this seems like a good location for the camera to go to. So I'm going to do add keyframe, and then we're going to navigate the camera over here and click add keyframe again. I have a feeling those are going to be too quick, so I'm just going to press on that to get to the keyframe editor, and then I'm just going to add a little more time. And then we can continue to watch the preview until we get that correct pace that we would like. Another thing I'm going to point out so far is if you look, you can see these different cameras placed in all these different positions here. You can press on the camera to see what view you're getting from that location. So I pressed on that camera, and now it's showing me this whole keyframe editor, and it's taking me exactly to that keyframe. So now I'm going to go back, and then you can see that the camera is placed in different locations, and then it creates this path with these arrows showing where this camera is kind of walking on, which is pretty cool to just kind of see that path that it follows to create that video. So let's take a look and see how the video is looking so far. So you can just kind of play with the controls a little bit to figure out exactly what pace you would like it to be at. Maybe you want it a little quicker, or maybe you want it to feel a little slower so the audience can really look at the details. So overall, the transitions seem pretty smooth, which is what you want to go for. All right. So there is pretty much how to create that video within Enscape of capturing the different keyframes. You could continue to go throughout the home or throughout whatever model you are planning to render and just add in those keyframes and then play with the time to make that pace seem appropriate. I'm going to render this video now. So in order to do this, we're going to go back up to the toolbar in SketchUp, and there's going to be a button that says render video. And you can go ahead and press on that, and it will take a few minutes. Depending on how long your video is and how detailed your model is, it will take a little bit of time to fully render that video. If you're working on something and you don't want to render it yet, or you just want to save the path just in case, then you can also go up here and click on Save Path. And then this is going to give you a file location of where you want to save it. So I'm just going to save this to my desktop just for the purpose of this video. And then later on, when I open up my model and I would like to open up that specific path, I can go to Load Path and just find that file location, click on it, and press Open. And then that will reopen the path that you already created. So that's a super nice feature for creating multiple paths, or if you're not sure which one you want to render yet. So now let's render this video and see how it turns out. You're going to save the location. I'm just saving that to my desktop. And then over here, it's going to show up rendering video, and then as the video goes throughout, you can kind of see where it's at in the rendering process, and just wait a little while until that is done, and then we can take a look at it. Alright, so for me that video took about 15 minutes to render, and now let's take a look. So overall, it's looking pretty smooth. As you can see, it's really showing those details now that the video is actually rendered. You want it to be as smooth as possible to kind of replicate someone actually just looking over the entire space. So there's how you render a video and create a video walkthrough within SketchUp using Enscape. Overall, it's a really awesome program, so you can kind of play around with it using the different techniques that I showed you in the video and just have fun with it. All right, goodbye.